Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bald and Bonkers Show. Join your hosts Christopher Mole and Dakota Franson as they take you on a wild ride through the world of the supernatural, with a humorous twist that'll have you laughing and shaking in your boots at the same time. From ghosts to aliens to cryptids, no topic is off limits on this show. And the best part? You don't have to be a believer to join in on the fun. So grab a drink, kick back, and tune in every weekend for new episodes. And if you want even more of the Bald and Bonkers experience, be sure to subscribe to our Patreon page for exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Let's get weird. Oh, and for the whiners out there, viewer discretion is advised. There you go, you entitled pricks.
Christopher X.
I was trying to edit your name. But I couldn't do it in time.
I was trying to fix your name, but it left you with X.
Christopher. Oh, Johnny, oh boy. Just ignore me, ladies and gentlemen. My mic seems to be going kind of weird tonight, doesn't it?
You've been doing that since yesterday.
Now, what's it then like?
I don't. Like I said, there was at one point where it sounded like you would just hear this, and you're.
Can you hear me? Am I coming through?
You're coming through clear now, but
you know what that is? It's the spirits. It's the spirits. Oh, the spirits! They're coming. They're coming. He was telling me all about his passion about dwarfs before we come on, guys. Is it this thing about dwarfs?
Really?
It's quite
really?
Strange, you know?
Really? With your revelation that you gave me just before we went on air, you really want to try to push that envelope? Because you know I will fucking do it.
Come on. It's a wee laugh, you know. It's an interesting thing we were actually talking about, guys. It's not about dwarfs, by the way. We're talking about when you die and you go to the spirit world, right? You revert back to when you had hair and stuff like that. But in Dakota's case, when he was born bald, so you got to be like a wee tadpole swimming about with a wee head of hair.
Actually, when I was born, I was a redhead. I was born a ginger. Seriously?
You're a ginger.
I was born a ginger. My mother threw me into the ceiling as a baby. The hair fell out. The ginger hair fell out. Grew back in blonde. No, this is actually God's honest true story.
You're ginger. Ginger ninja. The man. Look, I'm drinking ginger. And that's the Scottish version for juice.
Drinking ginger, that might mean something
else
over here in America, so you gotta be careful.
I'm drinking Lucozade and I'm also eating Lucozade tablets trying to keep my energy levels up because I was away today. At a special location, looking for the ghouls and goblins.
Yeah, I know some of the ghouls and goblins you like to look for.
Well, look, everybody's got a hobby, right? It's not my hobby. It's maybe a passion, you know. But look, there's things out there that people love to do. I mean, what about you? What's your ideal day? Tell us what your ideal day is, Nicola.
My ideal day. Poolside at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh. You should write in. You never know. You should write in. You never know. They might give you a job mop in the pool or something like that. Chris is going to be bouncing. Look, Dobby, I'm at the stage now where I'm nearly 42, and trust me, it takes a lot more than that to get me bouncing about. What?
Yeah, it usually involves little blue pills with the V on them.
I don't take. Oh, shoot. Right, that's that. I'm gonna bring that. That's that.
You're gonna go on Grindr? What?
I didn't know you.
Whoa.
Are you in there?
Well, yeah, for some big, juicy, meaty sandwiches.
Well, if that's what you're into, I mean, I don't know. You know.
Hey, it's Pride Month. We can't speak behind.
That's very true. Hey, right, there you go. That's my party hour for Pride Month. But anyway, Dobie actually sent me a link. Remember last week we were talking about the energy weapon that came down. Remember I showed you that?
Yeah, that was
Dobie
out
actually
of.
sent that.
Yeah, I've been seeing that one bounce around. It's an interesting clip, nonetheless. I'm saying nothing.
I said nothing. Wait, is it a mystical, magical ball that you can? Oh, I can see their future. Chris, when he goes to the afterlife, will look young and handsome like he always does, and he will have a fine head of hair. Dakota, on the other hand, will be still bald.
Christopher, I will say this. For how full of absolute, utter shit that you are spilling out of your mouth right now, you need to get off your ass and get a job in politics.
I could be like, look, if Donald Trump could be president, I could do it. I'm going to make ghost hunting great again.
Oh, dear Lord. That might just open up a whole can of worms.
I'm thinking we could build a wall, right? Just hear me out here. We could build a wall round about the most haunted sites to stop the spirits getting out, right? And then we need to hire somebody. Who could we hire to look after the spirits? Brian G. Laverty. He's a hairdresser. He could do hair at the same time. We could send him in there, you know. Scary man, you know. But anyway, see what I'm going to make ghost hunting great again. That's it. Do you want to be my vice president?
Sad thing is, I don't think Brian would say no to a gig like that.
Oh, I think it'd be right into that. I could see him there with the mega hat that says "Make Ghost Hunting Great." Oh my god, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a hat up to call it "Make Ghost Hunting Great Again." I've just had an idea. If anybody steals my idea, I will sue you. Now, make ghost hunting great again. Make ghost hunting great again. I think that's a great idea. Right, that's that. I'm going to make a hat up tonight. I can do it on Amazon, have a hat here by Wednesday. Should I make it red or should I make it black with the white? Make ghost black with a bit that says ghost hunting great again.
You may as well just take the Ghostbusters emblem and put it right across the part that covers the ghost.
Well, that's a good idea. That's that, ladies and gentlemen. Make ghost hunting great again. Right, I'm running for president. I think we can do it. You can be my vice president. You know? Can't be that hard to do. I mean, look at the one that you've got the news falling out on stage and stuff like that and rolling about and getting lost in the garden and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, ask any woman who knows me long enough. My sense of direction is already...
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is an open panel night tonight. So if anybody would like to join, Dobie, would you like to come in? Would you like to talk to us? Which strange creatures can you tell us about?
Oh, we're gonna send Dobby into an asylum.
What?
We would send Dobby into an asylum.
You sweeties are brilliant, by the way. You ever tried? You sweeties are lovely. I've not had any all week. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host just confirmed that he comes on the show high.
Look, they sell these in the chemist. They can't be bad for you. She did say to me, don't eat any more than 3. And I thought she meant packets.
Oh, but bloody hell. I feel like a fucking... He'll lock you in somewhere, Dobby. Run.
Would you like to come in, Drew? Would you like to come and join the Madhouse? I'm going to make a new...
Yeah, I've heard that you got... I heard you two had quite an interesting experience earlier.
Yes, we did.
You want to talk about it while people contemplate their...
Drew,
if they want to go to
come into the room. Come into the madness. He'll post it in the link in the chat there. Come in and we'll talk about our ghost hunting trip to Walnut Head.
Ooh. Walnut Head. Wow.
What Walnut Head? It's not me. The names of the places like that. It's been named like that since the 11th century. But if you want, I'll go up there tomorrow and I'll say, listen, my American friend doesn't like the name Walnut Head. He wants to change it.
Well, it is the 2020s. You know, we just say you're offended at something. And
yeah, I've got my crystal for there. See that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
look at that crystal. Let's get the power. The power. You know. Well, okay, I'll grab a power bank.
This isn't that type of show, Drew.
Am I missing something here?
I don't know. Maybe she's having issues with her computer. You know, maybe she's not popping on. You know, it's up to her.
You know?
Where the fuck is everybody? My God.
I don't know. Look, it's Sunday. Everybody's having barbecues. It's good weather. They're watching Joe Biden falling out on the stage and rolling about like an upside down sheep.
I had to wonder. I have to wonder some days.
You know,
I have to wonder.
They're turning on TikTok and everybody's going on about the end of the world and the apocalypse and the bugs and the strangeness and what craziness has got to kill us next. And there's got to be a new virus and the Earth's going to open up. There's got to be polar
oh God!
There's an asteroid. And
speaking of TikTok, oh God, there was this gal on there, and her looks do not justify her stupid. And I know that sounds mean, but I'm going to go further. She was trying to tell people how to make vegan water. Vegan water. Yeah, right? That is... I was like, first off, does water have meat in it? If it does, you may have to have, you know, like the CDC come in or something.
Utter twats. Right?
I know.
Did you see the one of the boy? And he was all camping all that, and he was going on about how he was going to dress in the battlefield in Pearl Harbor.
Oh God, I've seen that.
Yes, I'm going to dress. I can't do this, but can I? I'm going to dress as the war in Vietnam. And if you know what Vietnam, what was that? The war in Pearl Harbor. Of course, Pearl Harbor was in the 1960s, and I'm like, and he's got to take his sponge in case a missile lands next to him. Honestly, see if there's a third world war and they send all these young guys with their designer gear and their iPhones into battle and stuff, it's going to be a complete fucking bloodbath. I would love to sit and watch that far off distance, like, you know, a pair of binoculars or something like that. We could take bets.
You got a bunch of these kids that are signing up for military service thinking that they're just going to sit around and get to play Call of Duty all day.
Aye. Ooh, I'm going in the army and I'm going to fight the Russians. Yay! 1 week later, a box. That's all that's left of them coming back over the line.
Be careful how you say that, man.
But it's true. I mean, if you look at what's happening in Ukraine right now, right? And I'm just going to say this because we're not getting monetized. It doesn't really fucking matter anyway. The Ukrainians are losing 9 men to every 10 they send in to battle, right? The Russians are losing 1 to every 8 they send in.
Yeah, but still.
So that's the irony of the war. It's terrible, and I wish they would stop, but it'll no until the world is corrupt. You know,
world is already corrupt.
Exactly. It makes you feel: are you on the good side or are you on the bad side?
I know, and there's so many people on there that try to say, "Oh, I'm not part of this." Like, yeah, you are, because all you think that actually contributes is, you know, thoughts and prayers, making a TikTok video. That's it.
Yes. I've got to love this, and I was talking to somebody the other day about this. I know somebody that's in the Marine Corps, the US Marine Corps, right? And they're actually stationed somewhere they know, but I'm not talking where they're stationed. And see these people that go into TikTok dressed as soldiers, and they actually say they're soldiers, but in actual fact, they're no soldiers. They're sitting in their back garden.
Yeah. Well,
hello. Thank you for inviting me up. Thank you.
Oh. Nobody else seems to be coming up, so why not?
Nobody else seems that there were 12 people in already, but it was quite interesting. It was that what you said. Maybe it was quite interesting, that name that came up. We'll need to ask
yeah, Chris sent me that. That's a little concerning. Considering who you guys have on for Wednesday.
See, that's weird. Everything just changed. It was beautiful blue skies, and then all of a sudden the graveyard got darker and darker and darker and darker. The wind got up, and as soon as we left, it got light again.
Yeah, that was really weird. I've never seen it change as quick as that in all my life. Yeah, even even got cold and it got dark. The wind was, and then as soon as we started moving, it just eased off.
Yeah, and it
did warn us as well at that point in time, didn't it? It warned us as well.
Did it not say the darkness is coming? It said something's coming.
I've got the file of it anyway, what the spirit talker was saying. I'll need to give you that. It was weird.
It makes you got your crystals, Drew. Drew was picking up big crystals like this size, and I'm picking up this wee one. And I'm like, here, Drew, here's a crystal for you. Just get it, walk away with the crystal not along.
I didn't want to be too greedy. I was putting ones back and trading them. I was saying, okay, spirits, I'll put this one back and take this one.
It's an interesting graveyard, that I must admit. There's just something about it. That at the very end, there was a gravestone where someone had scraped into the stone, Dakota. You need to watch the video. They'd scraped into the gravestone with a stone saying, "I'm sorry, I love you."
Yeah, that was
1945.
Weird.
I'm sorry, I love you. And the person was buried in 1945.
It was a married couple's grave, basically.
Huh.
You'll see it in the... Wait, I'll see if I can find it actually in the... It's actually... It was a bit strange. I'm just trying to see. I've got 30, 40 views on this already. I've not watched it all completely yet.
Oh, I gave the offering, remember, as well. I gave the offering. And then that's when it kind of started to change. I wonder if they didn't like that. I need to get somebody to look at the video. Mystical's in the middle of a storm right now. The storm will be just hitting Tennessee, so she cannot turn her laptop on, so she'll have a look tomorrow. But that was strange because I gave the offering. What did I give them? I gave them change, which was coppers. I gave them that spiritual mix, which was just like nettles and things.
Minutes there. I'll pause it. It says, "I'm sorry, I love you," and it's been scraped in by stone. You can't. It doesn't give it justice. It's at the very bottom. It's been like scraped in. It's if you go to the video and go to 13 minutes 57 seconds. That's what it is. Right, you can bring it up here if you want to. If you can share screen, but it's it says, "I'm sorry, I love you," which is, and they've scraped it in with a stone. It's been something.
I know. And for it being a married couple as well, it's not as if there was children or anything under it. Unless the kids are still alive.
See, after I said that, I thought I seen Mike. When we went outside, remember I said to you after the video, and I thought for a split second I heard the little girl go, like a little girl's laughter. But I looked around, there was houses a wee bit down, but there was nobody about.
Yeah, it was strange, wasn't it? Crazy.
I find that disturbing. With that video that says "I'm sorry." It makes you wonder
Mike's little girl.
What happened to they two? Were they killed?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But why would you scrape something like that into a gravestone? "I'm sorry, I love you." Did maybe... See, I did find out that graveyard, there's a lot of people who were killed in there in mine accidents. There was Masonic ties to it. It makes you wonder. You've got to remember that was the gold pan and capital of Scotland at one point, right? And obviously lead and copper ores and stuff like that. It makes you wonder if people were murdered for their gold stash.
Could
1945,
be.
1946, around about that time.
Never thought of that, Chris.
And the way out, I didn't see it was actually Drew. It said a good spy. There's a graveyard to the left. And I actually looked it up there, and it's a really big cemetery, and there's a lot of graves in there that was disasters, like mine collapses. So we'll need to go and look in there too.
That with the monument,
as there
was a monument in front of it, remember? Right.
Aye, you'd take a left and then up. I looked it up and Googled it, but I find that it was so weird that it just everything changed.
I know.
So quickly. Did it not say that it was something was coming?
I can't
it makes you wonder what came.
Weird. It definitely warned us.
I'm wondering if it's something today with Bishop Brian.
Especially when you did think
I've not watched all the video yet.
Corner of your eye.
It was very strange. It was. I don't know if his son's watching this or no, but it was Pete. But he looked totally different. It looked like maybe it was. I don't know. I've never seen a photo of him younger, and I would say it was maybe going back to his 30s, round about then. And he had his beard, but it wasn't as long. It was just like a wee. It was just like a wee kind of stub kind of hang. It was so weird. And then when I left the graveyard, I heard the laugh, but it was a friendly kind of laugh. And I looked, there was nothing.
I know. Weird.
Yeah.
It just changed, and it changed like that, and then it changed like that again. It was like, change, get us out, changed, back to what it was like.
See, the last time I was there, it was in the winter, and it was cold, really cold. Me and Alan didn't stay there for long. But the time before that, when I was there with you, that's when you heard that weird cackle.
Yeah, it was a January.
And see where that gravestone was? That's where that kind of shrine thing was the last time that me and Alan was there.
Oh, wow.
With the pentagram and stuff. I don't think it was a pentagram. I think it was more... it's no the one that... It's no Wiccan. It's a different one. It's something Star of David. I can't remember.
Star of David.
But I seen that.
It's two triangles this way. And then up that way.
And then somebody scraped into the stone. I'm sorry, I love you. And then they've scraped in a heart. And that's been done quite recently.
Yeah.
Very recently. And then their initials at the bottom. Have they went up there and conjured something? And then they've maybe thought, oh shit, I've conjured something. And I've had to go back and do some type, because I noticed all that it had been tidied up.
Right. What age would their kids be? 1945, it said that they were buried, didn't it? So 45 was when my dad was born. My dad's actually just turned 73, or whatever it was, 78 there. So their kids would still be alive. So maybe one of their kids has done something wrong, and they've scraped it on the headstone and went up with an offer to say sorry.
The initials on the bottom weren't the same as what was on the stone. What? Did you hear something there?
Did you hear that? Just all clicking? It was like...
You don't do something like that to a headstone unless you know the person.
Yeah.
See,
maybe
the mine's up there. The last one closed, I think, in the early 60s. And I do know, and you can look it up, MD can look it up, there was a lot of murders up there. A lot. Folk would like pan for gold, and they would put it away and put it away and put it away. And then somebody would murder them and take their gold.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder. Just look up the highest village in Scotland, Dakota, it will pop up for you, Monarch Head. Lead Hills, Monarch Head. And I'm just wondering, if there was something there that somebody's done something. But then again, if say they murdered them in the 1940s, 1945, they'd be some age to go back and do that.
Yeah.
But then, what happens if somebody's been up there and practiced something that they shouldn't have?
That's why we got strange.
They've chose that stone to practice.
Oh,
whatever the ritual.
What if they've said they're sorry because they were doing something to themselves and they're saying sorry before they done it? We need to look up to see if there was any S's in that cemetery.
What do you mean S's?
You're not allowed to say the word. Yeah. Maybe that's why they were putting up sorry.
There was, I mean, the mice. You should have seen the mice. Dakota, the mice were everywhere.
Yeah.
They were everywhere. I mean, there must have been every square foot. There must have been about 50 mice.
Well, that would make more sense, wouldn't it, if they were saying I'm sorry on their parents' headstone? Maybe that's what
was it? That's why I go back here and watch this a wee bit. There it says W something. It's a heart. It's like a W and a heart at the bottom. I'll take a screenshot and send it to you, Dakota. Take a screenshot. Right, I'll send you that. Then it's on its side, so you'll just need to. It's quite interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, definitely food for thought. It'll be interesting to see what Mystical sees.
I mean, it says.
And October. And Phoenix. You can see them.
It's very strange. See at the back of the stone there was some wood lying. That's where that pentagram or whatever it was lying the last time. And it's not there now, but the wood's still there.
Do you remember as well I said to you on the way out, we were driving out, that little cottage had like suns up in the window, it had moons and things. Maybe there is a witch in the village. That could be a parent's grave or anything.
It's no like, it's why would you put I'm sorry on it that?
Yeah.
It looks like somebody's taken a stone and just writ it in. Which is really, really, really strange.
Apologising for something.
You don't do that just on a whim. That's serious remorse.
Yeah. So the last burial was 1945, which is a long time. There it's there. Which is I couldn't get rid of the kind of icon in the middle because I had to pause it.
Yeah, I read it out. You wonder.
See if you look at the bottom, you'll see a heart. See how it's like a W. I thought it was like maybe an S or something, but it's no. I went right up to it, and it's actually a heart. It's a heart.
Yeah.
Which is that's right, Dobby, the white lady that was seen. I've heard about that. I've heard about the story about that. I'm actually in contact with Lead Hills Museum, see if somebody will come in and do a talk about it. There's the white lady fell down a mine shaft. What I've been told.
Hey.
It was a very, very unusual location. It's weird how everything just changed like that. But that with the Catholic saying, I found that was very unusual.
I know where that comes. There was 2 words. Wasn't there? There was 2 words that the spirit talker said.
You can bring that up if you want to quote. Like we said, yeah. What is it? Tenebrae is the Latin word meaning. Tenebrae is the meaning of the darkness. The service of Trinity is a practice in most Protestant churches.
Church service observed during the final part of Holy Week, commemorating the sufferings and death of Christ.
Ooh. Deep.
When's Holy Week?
Don't know.
Isn't it new, is it?
Look it up and see. Sounds like something that would be more in April or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Easter or something.
April 2nd to April 8th was this year.
Yeah. Interesting.
Leads up to Easter.
Tied in.
So.
We did say it was recent. What was on the grave? Is it all tied into something? We'll need to study what the Spirit Talker all said and when.
How do you spell that, Iron Fire Horse? That would be, where does it? Let me bring it back up again. Tenebra.
Yeah, Tenebra.
That's it. Thank you. Tenebra. See, that graveyard's probably from that graveyard itself's probably from the 1300s.
Yes.
Aye. So, because there was a gravestone where it was just kind of like a skull deco and then just bones. There was no writing whatsoever on it, and that was right as you go in. So that'd be one of the first graves in the graveyard. I think we need to go back there.
That's see, guys, when we left as well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's in the way back. I just felt weird after it.
Yeah.
And then it finally left. It finally left me. It's Chris and Drew. You consider an overnight investigation up there? I could do an overnight investigation up there.
Plenty of places to put a tent. Believe me.
I could just see the new tent, the dome tent, right in the middle of the graveyard. The midges were terrible. Oh my god!
Oh no!
They were
under that tree.
Aye, they were really, really bad. I will say that. But it's all undermined, Tasty. This is the thing. There's under that graveyard. There's mines. They say there's 400 miles of mines underneath that graveyard. Deep into the earth, so as they can get the gold and the silver and the lead. And I've noticed that all round about it, Dakota, everywhere round about it, that's what was lying. Quartz.
Yes.
Everywhere. There was veins and veins of quartz. Everywhere.
That would energize and everything.
Yeah. So it makes it, I mean, look at that. Look at the sparkliness there.
Well, I've got some crackers. Wait till I show you. They're upstairs. I'm going to wash them.
I mean, you think about the energy that gets travelled through quartz. I picked a bit up and it felt weird, so I chucked it away and then I seen that bit and it felt fine.
There's a stream next to it as well.
That's right. There's a stream and there's a ley line runs right through the centre of the graveyard too. Because I found that out today.
Perfect storm again.
Yeah.
Just only the fire this time.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if something's been done in there, something practiced in there.
What if, right? What if there is like a don't even say which, a spiritual person who has done something, maybe to try and talk to their parents, conjure their parents or something, and it's all went wrong, so they've had to come and say sorry, and that is why the energy is so intense around that type of area. Maybe it is somebody that thought they knew what they were doing and didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's went wrong.
Yeah.
Because why did we keep hearing witchy cackles the last twice? Alan heard it. I heard it the first time, and then Alan heard it the last time. That was the reason we were going there.
It's where that little girl's laughter I found quite interesting because there was nobody about. There was a couple of tourists, but they drove away in their motor.
Yeah,
and then and then I heard it, and it was just like a little girl laughing. And I looked around and there was nothing. I mean, the houses were maybe 500 yards down the road, but I could see into the gardens and there was nothing there. But you wouldn't hear it as plain as that. And you did get little girl. And you did get little girl.
Video. After a video, remember we stopped filming for your channel and I did a video for my members. I wonder if there's any voices on it. Remember we walked up the hill?
Your ghost talking app said when we walked in, little girl.
Yeah.
And then when after I ended the live, it must have been about 30 seconds after I ended that live and shut the big iron gate, I heard like that, and I looked around, there was nobody there.
Do you want to know what you need to check? Do you remember you did your intro? If something happened and you done another intro, check your first intro and see if there's anything on it.
That was weird. It just turned itself off.
That's right, so it did.
It turned itself off. I've actually got it here. It's only like 53 seconds long. Let's see if I can.
Gentlemen, we are back at the Witch's Graveyard. Now, the reason it's called that is because we heard a weird cackle the last time we were here. Now, obviously, Andrina's here from Drew's Abandoned Paranormal. Did I do that right?
There's birds tweeting.
We're going to do a live stream, but the signal here is like zero, zilch, nothing. But up at the museum, there's a 4G signal, so hopefully I can get a live there, which you'll probably see before this is uploaded, actually. So let's just go for it. It's quite popular with tourists. I can't help it if there's motors driving about, guys.
Spirit talker is our starter point.
Want to go down there where I See, there's actually a grave in here, and it's meant to be a guy that was 130 or something, 140, which I think it's just legend or myth to like get the, what do you call it, get the tourists in.
And then that ended. And I was like, I was talking away. And then I noticed somebody on the iPhone, you've got to like hold in the thing, and it was misprint. It was off. And then I had to go back again to the beginning and start walking forward again.
Yeah.
Because
that's crazy.
Graveyard. Well, the Witch's Graveyard is we call it. Now, guys, there's a lot of tourists around about here, and we can't help the people make noises and stuff, but we're trying to do Abandoned Paranormal. So we're just going to walk about and see what we can find, you know. So there's some tourists to the left here, so we'll walk down the bottom before we get the spirit box out and stuff like that.
I have got a spirit talker on, guys, so the spirits are here. I've not called out to them yet. So if they're here, they will communicate through this.
That's a car.
So we'll walk round this way. Now, there's meant to be a grave of somebody that lived to a really old age in here. We'll see if we can find it. This is Lade Hills. This is Lade Hills Cemetery.
My name is Andrina. My friends call me Drew. This is Christopher. His friends call him Chris. We are here just to communicate with you. We do not mean you any harm. Any items that we have got here for communication, it will not harm you in any way.
I'll stop it now because this goes on for obviously nearly. This goes on for quite a while.
The birds and everything were getting loud as I was talking, as if they were trying to drown me out.
Aye, and then when we went to the other side of the graveyard where that other stone was, the birds just stopped. There was no life except for the mice.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I can go to that if you want. That bit.
Wow.
I found that interesting. I was walking along and somebody had stuck a feather into the wall.
Yeah.
I never touched it or anything. I just seen it.
Beautiful area.
Let's see.
Look at the carving.
See, that's us going into the other side now. And the birds are just like dying out.
When we were here that last time, I'm sure the car came to do this way.
It did, I think. See the sand? That's where the pan for gold in there.
I'll come up to that grave. That's where I seen Mike. Where is it? See it coming up. See the trees. You'll see me pan. You'll see me turn the camera.
I've been interested to see what Mystical sees.
It was just over there. I thought it was in the corner by the trees. And it was so weird. It was just...
That is strange.
Right. Here's the...
Oh, there's a wee mice running. Look at that out of the grave. I'm sorry. This is my...
Aye.
Loving memory of Archibald what?
What's that? I'm sorry.
This is my love.
To say it in the back. Nothing. That's strange, that.
In loving memory of Archibald McCall, beloved husband of Elizabeth Walker, who died something aged 62 years, and of the above Elizabeth Walker, who died 23rd of October 1945.
That's recent. That's been recently scraped into that. That wasn't there the last time we were here. Last year.
That's crazy.
Just a bit weird to put in a gravestone to an old
See,
grave.
That's like what did you put that at the bottom? It's like a love heart.
I'm from the light. You're from the light.
And then it said
That's
I
nice.
in the light.
As well. We don't work with darkness. You want to tell me your name? Do you hang around this cemetery?
I feel like somebody just walked out of my grave. Weird.
I did bring you an offering. I brought you a little gift because the last time I was here.
And then we went up and we started doing the thing with the cat balls and things.
Mm-hmm.
Are you feeling alright, Dakota? Are you sensing anything? Or?
You want to know what's weird as well? Do you remember I kept saying to you that the tree outside the cemetery I kept saying to you, that tree, I keep looking at that tree. It was as if my guide was putting it in my head to go sit under that tree and relax. Thinking back on it,
See, I was getting that. I was getting, go and sit under the trees.
Right.
Sit under the trees, but I didn't want because I'm being alive with midges.
Yeah. Even when we were sitting in the car after it, I said to you, that's weird, I keep wanting to sit under that tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's strange.
Mm-hmm. As soon as I opened the metal gate and walked across, it was like I walked out at the threshold that just stopped.
It was fine, and the sun came back.
The big iron gate. Mm-hmm. And the sun came back.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'll see if I can play it for just for that point. So just need a sec here.
You want a cigar, Les?
I just want to see.
Look at that.
I actually feel sturdy. No.
Because you tried the, what do you call them, gazing rods?
Yeah, they felt strong and they were not.
Control them, but they're not even good.
The weather's just changing.
Aye, the weather's changing.
Seeing the wind get right up.
Do you want to go outside the graveyard? Because I've got a feeling.
Oh, that got pretty
See
hot
the wind?
over there, didn't it?
Feel it?
Guys, I wish you could feel
can see it getting
the
dark.
energy. Just came up on this cemetery. It's even get dark.
It's get dark and everything. I think that's our cue. That's our cue.
That's good.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I'll make this into like maybe a four-parter because we're going to go up and look at the old mine sites.
And as soon as
Find there.
I ended that, as soon as we walked out, I kid you not, as soon as we walked out of that graveyard and I shut that metal gate and went clink, the thing, the clouds went away, the sun came out, and the wind just dissipated.
Yep.
Gone. And I think we had protection there. I think there was folkways that was protecting us. And I think that was our cue to get out.
Yeah, definitely a strange one.
What's your thoughts, Dakota?
Not until you look back on it that you realise just how strange it was. Because when you go on an investigation, you kind of get buzzed up, and it's not until after it that you sit back down and you start going over what everything that happened, when, and then you start to think now, 5 hours later, how strange it really was.
I keep getting it in my head. You don't want to be here at night. That's what
I
kept
wouldn't
getting.
I don't
You
think that would be a good idea. It looks as if we'd see shadows and everything.
Yeah, you don't want to be
So
here
we
at
should
night.
go.
And that's what I kept getting. Stay away.
Yeah, I don't think.
Got it?
Iron Gate's keeping something in.
Yeah.
Because what's the iron used for? Iron's used for, like, iron's always been used as a thing, as a protection thing, hasn't it?
Do you know the wee gate at the back of it? If you remember down in that corner where I said I had, yeah, there's a gate there as well.
But it was all, somebody put a chain round about it, a big heavy duty chain round this wee wooden gate. It was a wee wooden gate, and it was something like they
that
used heavy duty links.
Something. But that's
right
to symbolise something.
Aye,
it doesn't matter.
If, God.
There
you climb the fence.
That's to spiritually mean that the spirits are locked in.
Aye. I think there was something there. I think there was something there that it wasn't there when we first went in, and I think it was happy that we were there.
Because my energy's so high as well, though, it couldn't get doing what it wanted to do because I keep flowing high energy. If I had to bring my energy down and just go a nice, quiet investigation, I think we would have probably got attacked or something.
Yeah.
When you started playing the videos, there was a voice in that wasn't yours, your two, saying, "What are you doing here?"
You can play the video in here if you want. If you want, I'll screen share it and bring it up.
It's to you, man.
Let's see, how do you do that?
Yeah, I think that's why the birds were getting loud. Because I did think I heard. I kept if I could hear voices.
Every time I go to play,
every
time I go to screen share something for on the YouTube, it doesn't share my audio for some weird reason. It will share the thing, but it will not share my audio. I think it's the day with the setup of my laptop. It's because I had that problem with showing for the house we were at, and it wouldn't play the audio, and I even muted my mic. And I went into settings, and the weird thing was, because see my phone, I could hear it through my phone. It was the most weirdest. Aye. I don't think we should go back there again for a while.
Even Iron Fire saying no, don't go tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if anybody at the houses has witnessed anything.
Yeah.
See, straight across from it, there was the smelting plant. Right across from it, there was the smelting plant where they smelted all the lead. And I know there was accidents there. Aye, fire.
Right.
And it was the big furnaces. It was only maybe 100 yards across the creek. There was a wee creek at the back, right? A wee creek. And then in the field behind it, there was the smelting plant with the big chimneys, what was left there. And there was piles and piles of like all the ore that they were melting down. And there was mine shafts behind it too, where they must have brought it up and then dumped it in and taken it to the furnaces. But you should see these furnaces, like something about the gates of hell, man. It was like big, massive furnaces, and there was 4 of them. Can you imagine at one point they've been burning away severely?
Fire. Wow.
Aye, something's been attracted to that.
Crazy.
Depends on what was being burned.
Well, it was lead. It was mostly lead.
Places like that, accidents happen, and you would smell something that's similar to rotten pork.
Mm-hmm. There's been, no, I looked it up before it, there's been hundreds and hundreds of people killed at that furnaces over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The perfect
See if I can
storm.
do that, actually, show you. I'll show you a picture of what it looked like, actually. Just give us a sec. Hotels.
It makes you wonder then if the peacefulness of the land up there is what's helping keep whatever's in that cemetery at bay. Because the land is so peaceful and so quiet and you feel kind of magical.
Mm-hmm.
So is that peace around it is what keeping it in and keeping it contained?
That's what it looked like before it fell into disrepair. It's an artist illustration.
Right.
See the fires?
Mm-hmm.
Where we were standing, we were straight across from that.
Yeah.
So that was, everything fell into disrepair. Where is it? I think that's that there. So. There, it's there. So we were standing.
Welcome, Doomsday.
We were standing across the other side at the graveyard. We were standing there. That was the last, I think it was in the 1960s, was the last time. That's when the fires stopped. They stopped melting the core down. Hello, Doomsday. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well.
That's so crazy.
It's
honestly, it's mind blowing.
It's the creek that runs down right past the graveyard's full of gold. It's been well panned now, like there's not that much there. You have to go around into the surrounding hills and stuff. But see, the gold that's used at Lead Hills, Walnut Head, it was actually Walnut Head, near the graveyard's actually near Walnut Head. The gold is special gold. It's not like normal gold. See all the royals' crowns and rings. That's all made from lead. That's all made from Lead Hills gold. Aye.
Right.
It's got like Lead Hills gold's worth a lot more than normal gold.
High grade.
Because it's rare. It's used in royalty. It's used to make crowns. Well, it was used to make crowns.
And all your poltergeist things, it was the coal. So up here, it's your gold. Obviously, it represents your earth. That's crazy how there's always like the 5 elements there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think, Dakota, you need to come your holidays and we'll need to take you out there. You know?
Sounds like it.
What I've been told is that because it's so undermined. See, all the houses are undermined, right? And I know for a fact that they're haunted, big time haunted. You got to remember they've been mining up there for the 9th century.
Yeah.
I mean, the Romans mined there.
It's got a very welcoming feel in the little village, isn't it? As if, come and stay here, come and stay.
See that bit that I told you doing the Merrick Pass? If you kept going down that road, there's like a cave built into the back of the mountain at the back, and there's actually the Knights Templars cross. There's a Knights Templars cross, and for hundreds of years, people have tried to figure out what this is. They don't know why it's there. And it's just the cross of the Knights Templars, and it's built right into the side of the hill.
Right.
For some weird reason.
That'll be why, because it's a magical spot.
Yeah, magical spot. Maybe they mined their gold there, maybe they mined their lead there. But to remember, lead was used in a lot of things long ago. I mean, at one point, they used to use lead in fillings. Good God. That's where the Mad Hatter term came from, because they put lead in the hats.
Mercury.
Right.
Was it mercury? Was it no lead? Did they use lead to shape the hats?
The mercury being liquid, it gave the hats a nice shine to it.
Really?
Wow.
There you go. There you go. It's
It's
a
all
creepy
strange.
place. What's that? As what's that? Oh, Doomshow. I hope you get better soon, my friend. And you're not very well.
Hope you get
Don't be
better
shocked.
soon,
It's a very
prayer.
creepy place at night, especially driving back down the main road. As I've drove up there at night in the pitch dark. I've seen somebody up here once, and the sheep just wander straight across the road. So you have to have your wits about you. And there's bankings, Dakota, right? There's bankings with there's no fences. And see during the day, you look off and it just goes like that. Think away down a quarter of a mile into a gully. And there's been people who drove off there and get killed. There's people just drove off them and killed.
It doesn't surprise me.
That bit that I told you was the Merritt Pass. See if you had an accident there, you're screwed. Because there's no it's that shielded, right? You can't even get a signal on your car radio.
I believe that.
So there you go.
Beautiful area.
I think there's a lot of dark things. Obviously, Scotland's old, really old, and it's got a lot of things creeping about.
Those
We need to take Dakota there and lock him in the graveyard overnight.
Chris is determined he's locking somebody in somewhere.
No.
I think it's going to end up being locked in somewhere.
I was sitting waiting in the traffic at Lake Hills itself, and we were looking at the pub across the road, and I noticed there had a wee shop at the side. I went to tell that Bishop Brian, because he's got a thing for whiskey. And all it was all the expensive whiskies. They keep that for the tourists. And all it was whiskey after whiskey after whiskey. Every single type of Scottish whiskey you could possibly imagine.
We love our whiskey and our iron brew.
I think we need to do an investigation of the whiskey shop, just to make sure it's safe for the people that will stay there. You know. You know, a lot of spirits in there, I bet you.
Yeah, October.
Aye.
What's that? Is October coming with us next Saturday?
Yes. So yes, I'll talk to her.
So Dakota, when you coming out on the airplane, get your bags ready, get your kilt looked out. You need to fit in the part, you know. Yeah.
We should see what the tide to bring.
Yeah. I would have thought some more people would have joined tonight, actually. I would have thought some more people would have joined tonight, but it is awfully good weather, and there's a lot of people out having barbecues and God knows what. Is it good weather where you are, Dakota?
Well, yeah, it's about 80 over here, so
I think I'd melt.
I had the air conditioning on in the car today, and it was getting too cold. We had to turn it off.
Turn the window up for a heat.
We had to keep turning it on, turning it off. I had to open the windows because it was too cold. I had to let some heat in. Yeah, then it was ridiculous in your life.
Oh
my God. You know, hello, Knowledge Within. It's good to see you. But, you know, it's honestly, guys, go and check that video out and Go Squad Scotland. It's an interest. I've not watched it yet. I'll need to go and watch it, and I need to put some editing tags on it and stuff like that. I'll do that after the show. But I don't think I'll be going back to that graveyard for a while.
I recorded the road up as well, so if you check out my channel, you'll see that. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I think there's something in that. It makes you wonder too if it's maybe an elemental that's in there. That's maybe pissed off because of the mining. You think about the raping of the land. They've basically destroyed the entire valley, looking for lead.
There is holes everywhere.
I kid you not, guys. There's mine shafts everywhere. I parked the car and I counted 6 mine shafts. Then on the other side there was 7 mine shafts, and there was shafts going into the mountains, and it's totally. You just need to look up Lead Hills, Warnock Head, and you'll see what I mean by. You'll see it. It's crazy. It is beautiful, but it's crazy. It's the highest village in Scotland. I think it's what 1,300
You did feel it though,
meters above sea
you
level.
did feel it. You felt the pressure.
You feel your ears going weird.
Yeah.
When you're getting high up. You know? It's good to see you, Knowledge Within. It's good to see you, my friend. So Dakota, what's happening this week? What interesting, exciting things are you doing this week, man?
We'll see how things go.
Yeah. You never know in this world now, you know.
Oh yeah.
But Drew's got and Gina here, she's getting Drew's abandoned paranormal. She's got Neil Story coming on tomorrow night.
Very nice, very nice.
He doesn't care what he's in for.
Talking about witchcraft murders. It'll be very interesting.
He'll never do a podcast ever again.
Again,
I hope he can understand
two witches, my mystical and Drew, and they'll put you in it. If he's watching this, Neil, you'll end up my jar. You better do what you tell.
You will be fine, Neil.
You know, I've been in the jar a few times.
I'll talk nice and slow so that you can understand.
I've got my jar ready. I've got my jar ready. It's a nice jar. I've got it ready. It's my candle.
You keep it beside him now.
Oh, I have ready just in case that I don't have to be put in there for a couple of hours. Oh. You know?
Lordy.
What's that, Chris? Are you still on the special vapes? I actually stopped vaping because it's not very good for you. It's actually really bad for you. It's really bad for your lungs. Instead, I've bought myself some energy sweets. Buy energy sweets. They're great.
He's doing an advertisement.
I can't eat any more because it's 11 o'clock now at night and I'll be up all night.
You pop anything more of those, your heart's going to be meeting Jesus before you do.
Praise the Lord and hallelujah. There you go. See? You'll have to interview Bishop Brian for me.
I've spent too much time because...
You know? What? So, Dakota, do we have any guests for next week, or what we're doing next week? Do we have to wait and see the special?
Well, we'll have to see. Had a few people reach out and working out scheduling and all that fun stuff. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. And Lewis in the chat there, you need to come on the show, man, and talk about the ancient technology, the ancient things one night, Lewis. You know,
don't flake out on us, boy.
Tartaria, Dakota. Look up Tartaria. It's very interesting. Lewis there kens all about it. Tartaria.
Yeah, I follow his. I follow his TikTok. I've seen his stuff.
No. Lewis, remember check out Telegram because I sent you something on there. I want you to check that out. Picture of something. It's a strange thing that I found out.
Why are you sending those pictures of your weird?
He likes things like that. It's an ancient. It's a 13th century church, and it had something strange on it. Very strange with copper wire in it. I thought that's really strange. Why would you have copper wire? And in a 13th century church, you know what I mean? The place doesn't have any power. You know what I mean? You know?
Wow.
So it doesn't get set on fire from lightning strikes?
It wasn't that. It was a strange. Oh, I bet I've went and bloody deleted it. It's on. Where's my messagey thing? But with Google Photos, I store everything in Google Photos. Where? That's it. It was on a 13th century church, right? At the very bottom of the church, right? That's all it was. And you see that little hole in the very centre? It was copper. Copper. I kid you not. And I said that to you, Lewis, because what would that be for? Because it doesn't go anywhere whatsoever. It just goes to the church. So I sent you that, Lewis. Feel free to use it in your TikTok. There you go. You know. So thank you everybody for coming tonight. It's been absolutely awesome. Thank you for coming on, Drew. It's good to see a lot of new faces like Doom Show. He's in the chat there, and it's really good to see you, Doom. And Dakota, do you have anything to say before we go off into the yonder?
No, just thank y'all for coming. At least we had somebody decide to show up last time we had an open panel.
Right.
Last time I was getting a little concerned. My goodness.
I know. You think, was it leopards or something like that? When an island.
Them off Dakota.
Well, yeah, look how much energy products he's...
Look,
it's the energy drink, energy tablets. That's not a healthy mix, man. Come on.
It's one energy thing after another.
yay! Ken, something. It's 11 o'clock at night, but I fancy going out doing the garden. I just don't know why.
Oh, bonkers.
And then I'll wash the car and polish it, I think, just for the fun of it.
This is why they are bold and bonkers.
He needs to get some. I'm going to send him my big box of them, you know?
Yeah, lately
they
I'm
actually
bald,
have the
he's
opposite
bonkers.
effect in me. They actually have the opposite effect in me. They make me feel really relaxed for some weird reason. I don't know if they're dodgy or something like that. I don't know if they're like...
That's actually a genetic thing.
Really?
There's certain genetic sequences that make it to where caffeine processes slower in your system. I have it.
We're waking up at 3 a.m. The devil's hour. Doing the hoovering.
What kind of hoovering you talking about, boy?
It depends. I've got a cordless one there. You should see the new Dyson, what do you call it? Cordless ones. They're off it good.
Is that the one you named Berta?
I can't tell you. Can't tell you about that one. Bloody powerful, I'll tell you that now. You need to fund the off switch. See me at night when you're fumbling about looking for this off switch, you can't fund it.
Oh dear.
Oh Lord.
Oh dear.
We're definitely bald and bonkers, guys. You know, bald and bonkers. Thank you for coming, everybody. And remember, check out Drew's channel. Check out my channel, Go Squad Scotland. Check out Dakota, where he was told this tonight, where he was actually a redhead, which I can't believe, but there you go.
There's photos. There's photos to prove that statement.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's
I
that
was a
Dobby
redhead
sock?
that my mother took me
X-rated.
to see.
Yes, Dobby.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Knowledge Within says, what's that? Doom show? Aye, Doom was in the chat. Knowledge Within there, he's there. Where is he? Let's bring him up. Where's Knowledge Within? Doom show. There he's there. He's not been very well. Let's put our prayers out there. Make Doom show feel better. Feel better soon, Doom. You know?
Yeah, there's plenty of people that watch this show for therapy
Need some
reasons.
energy pills like me. Yeah.
Because when they watch
you can't be distributing your little blue pills, Chris.
Well, I don't need little blue pills. I've got dextrose energy. She says to me, in the chemist, she says to me, don't be eating any more 3 a day. And I says, don't worry, I only eat 2 packs a day.
No, 3. They must be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, applications for our new co-host will be opening soon.
Yes, because they're on the mental asylum, getting chased about with some entities from beyond, you know.
How the heck we haven't been flagged for one yet, I will never know.
I know. I honestly thought we would get flagged for that one with Mike the Naked Bigfoot going on about, would you call it, people in the paranormal faith and stuff.
Yeah.
He was going on about the women, you know. It's honestly, that was an interesting show.
Yeah, no, we get flagged for the weirdest stuff. Yeah, never the stuff you would think.
Yeah.
I know. So, ladies and gentlemen, catch you all soon. See you all week, and I'll see you on Wednesday night when me, Drew, and Dakota will be interviewing Bishop Brian. You know. Catch you later. See you later.
Definitely be an interesting chat.
Thanks for tuning into the Bald and Bonkers Show. If you enjoyed the show and want to show your support, head over to our website at baldandbonkers.net. There, you'll find our merch, services, and more. Thanks for being part of the Bald and Bonkers family, and we'll see you on the next episode. And remember, always keep an open mind and an open heart.